committee. We have passed the wind test, and this race is live.
It is on. Race number 7 in the Louis Vuitton Cup final here in Barcelona. 2 minutes and 50 and counting. Great Britain will come in at 2:10 on port, and it will be Italy on starboard. Looking forward to this one.
Yes, so much. If you sail a 75-foot state-of-the-art foiling machine, it does not get better than this, and the fans know it.
Yeah, it's fresh today, but it's not too frightening, and we're going to see some absolutely epic racing here. It's going to be a fantastic battle. Whoever gets off this start well will be in for a fantastic day.
How high is their heart rate?
INEOS Britannia. We saw the little indicator potentially coming in slightly late, but we're only talking slightly late. They are green. They are good to start the battle with Rossa, Prada. They can come in at 2. They're going to be coming in quite late on this one, but they did that yesterday on both occasions. So the start, super critical.
Big pressure in this pre-start, so the Italian team driving in behind the British team, and don't be surprised if we see the British team loop around like they have done previously.
INEOS Britannia seems to prefer to be chaser.
No, we don't tack,
Trying to get behind Rossa, Prada, Pirelli.
Hey, just on committee lane.
So a different approach by the British here, attack and then attack back, so they will speed build and bear away, and they will be looking to put big pressure on the Italian team at the bottom of the box in this pre-start.
Greeny's gone. 25, committee 40. Space on lane. He's low of our line. Yep. Happy to go.
So decision time now for the British of whether to lead back or to trail and push.
Get him to lane, I turn up.
Stand by. You're on lane line already.
Stand by. 2, 1, up hard.
And not shot.
Really nice gauge off by the Italian team there. Nice big gauge is what you're after.
Good timing by Rossa inside the start line box.
That's good. 8 to kill. He's ahead on the ladder. Arch it. Now we're good. 4. Nice lads. We may need 3 threes. 3. Let's dropping back on us. Okay, yeah. Starting to go here. 2. Holding now. Here, boys. All the way. Killing 1. You cannot get it.
Potentially very even start coming up here.
Full kill. Same speed. Working up. Performance here. Same speed, same height.
Race 7, Louis Vuitton Cup final. Is today the day the deadlock is broken?
A little bit higher mode here, Tanya. Good there. It's parallel.
Such a close start. Rossa just 9 meters back, marginally better than the British.
Yep, good angle there. Yeah, parallel.
It's a big drag race to this left boundary. Early control in this race. Rossa, Prada, Pirelli just fractionally advantageous at the moment.
Increase in distance, we can press a bit more.
A little build too, guys.
Yeah, building.
Help me build on me with some ride or something.
We need to build more.
We saw yesterday how well INEOS Britannia managed to get a high mode, squeeze them off.
Okay, getting good
Definitely
pressure.
trying to work that now.
Okay, normal lane again.
Stand by you, he's coming inside. Wait. 2, 1 and board. Going in 3, 1, wait. 2, 1, board down. 1, and board.
And lead out attack here by the Italian team. They'll jam this straight into a high mode.
Build.
They need to try and bump the British team off. Now the British are windward boat, having to keep clear.
Same as this.
Nothing in this race.
The high build's okay to me.
Yep, coming up a little bit more. Well, here at the moment.
Yeah, you're a click faster, same height. You can take a little high if you want.
Keko Bruni on the steering wheel at the moment.
34 looks nice.
Having a little look.
Providing tactics, he needs to have a little look, but
No faster than this. This is good.
slight controlling position now, the Italians.
I'm getting too slow. Keep updating.
Okay, normal build. Building, he's gone.
2, 1, go board.
So the British team there minimising damage, having to tack away. Advantage Rossa.
Nice move, guys. Yep. Here we go. Okay, let's reset here. 20 seconds this way.
on board with Ben Ainsley. He was forced to tack away there, so we've seen the stock standard start now several times from Luna Rossa and INEOS, with Luna Rossa preferring to start up on the windward side, take it out to the left-hand action, tack to leeward, and then gauge up to force INEOS to tack away. So that's 2 extra tacks to GBR, with INEOS now trailing by around 70 metres. And remember, 95% of these races are won by the boat that's ahead at the first mark.
1 second, give me 1 second.
Hey guys,
Okay, boys, we
try and
got
get some speed for the tack.
Stand by. Go in 3, 2, 1, more down. Rest. Watching you here, there is a major copy. Potential to get in left turn.
Rossa, Prada, Pirelli. British have got a little left shift, so bow on bow. Giveaway boat is the British team, but they do have a slight lead, so should be an easy cross from there for them.
You have to think about the Dino right potentially here. 1, mate.
Side to slam right in front of the Italians there. Advantage now back to the British. Luna Rossa in a high mode, so
2, 1, more down.
we'll see a split here at the top.
Wow, how quick was that? Top gate, first leg of 8 done, and it's neck and neck after 1.
Hit it, boys. Split. 20.
Great comeback by the British. Oh, massive splashdown by the Italian team.
No, we're broken everything.
And a huge breakage on board Luna Rossa, Prada, Pirelli.
We heard that they had issues on that upwind leg.
They've massive structural failure on board the Italian boat.
All we've got to do is stay in the course.
Yeah, we're go ahead on the course. Yeah.
Go ahead to wind.
Yeah, stay with the wind.
Guys, ragazzi, abbiamo un fairing in acqua là.
Tranquillo, tranquillo. Okay, we have to stay on the course.
Major problems on
we have
Luna
lost the
Rossa,
wand.
Prada,
We have to
Pirelli
go
on a
to
pivotal
the
day
list for
in the
our
Louis
chamber.
Vuitton Cup.
We are staying on the race.
Structural issue. It does
just
not
be
look
vocal
good
about
from what
what
we
we
see,
broke.
but we'll get confirmation.
Jib fairing.
Major advantage to INEOS Britannia.
Maybe check, check and
before moving stuff, I will get rid of this fairing.
Yeah.
Got a bit of main shit on, guys.
Can you see, Glenn, where the issue might be?
There's a big fairing, like a structural, non-structural fairing that goes over the top of that jib track. So just trying to get some shots now on board there, but that is definitely not a good sign for the Italian team. The fairing, not a big issue, but it's what's underneath that
Almost
fairing
worth
that's
thinking as well
broken
if
and
we-
actually punched that up through the deck. So try and get
If
some
they
more
do have
shots
an
here.
issue, maybe we can keep sailing, but we don't have the wand. What else?
The wand's here.
What else is missing on the boat? Outer fairing.
In the meantime, INEOS Britannia are sailing away. And sailing it away to what will be a win. Let's be blunt, let's lay it out right now. Luna Rossa, Prada, Pirelli at the moment are dead in the water. And this is going to be a major shift in the Louis Vuitton Cup. Now, it depends how bad that damage is. And can they get back for race 8?
So Luna Rossa, Prada, Pirelli will just not get outside assistance, and they will be forcing the British team to sail all the way around the track. The British team will just take the foot off the gas and they'll just deliver the boat around the track to get the race win. If the Italian team get outside assistance, the race will get awarded to the British team. So they've decided just to hold, do some inspections themselves, and actually force the British team to just deliver the boat around the track, hoping obviously that they don't get any issue themselves, but it'll just be now a delivery race for the British team. And we'll try and get to the bottom of what is going on board Luna Rossa, Prada, Pirelli.
The America's Cup gods have not been kind to Luna Rossa, Prada, Pirelli. We saw them had that big traveller issue a number of races ago, and now this on a day that could see the scales tipped well towards INEOS Britannia on the road to 7 race wins.
15. Okay, stand by. 2, 1 on board. 2, 1 lead. Done it. I will. 2, 1 on board.
Just having a look on this upwind coming up to the top mark.
Okay, just go and get the boat locked in, guys.
Yeah, I have to come back. One not going there.
Hey, no problem. Then we go late, guys.
Togli l'automatico. Togli l'automatico. Okay, yeah, 1 second. Give me 1 second.
Hey, guys.
So this is just coming in towards the top mark before we saw the issue.
Hit it, boys.
Let's have a look at some of these shots now. And a really big nosedive there. That's a huge, huge load case going down the mine at nearly 50 knots of boat speed there. And the loading on the front sail there, absolutely huge. Possibly the water pressure on the hull has actually popped or flexed the hull and actually popped all the fairings off. So that is a huge load case, and you can hear the cracking there. So I'm not 100% sure exactly whether it's just fairing damage or whether there's been anything more structural underneath that, but that is one huge load case on board Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli.
On the upwind leg, they were complaining with issues on the foil. I mean, could that have caused that massive nosedive there?
Yeah, look, it's a great question. I mean, to get a big nosedive like that, there's something that's gone, whether it's something in the rudder rake ram, so the pitch of the boat changing that aggressively generally would be caused by either a ventilation on the front foil, which is unlikely, or most likely a rudder venting issue or a rake ram issue. So the rudder elevator controls the pitch of the boat, whereas the front foils generally control the vertical ride height. So what's going on here?
Very small fairing just off our port bow.
50
metres off our port bow. 10 o'clock.
So I believe the race committee were just asking Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli if there's any debris in the water, and I think Jimmy Spittle there just saying a little bit of fairing floating off the port bow. So British team now, Shirley, just having to execute the delivery lap, or laps, to gain this vital point in this series. The shore crew of Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli will be scrambling to get information, which they can't do at the moment because there can't be communication from the coach boat to the actual yacht while the race is going. So they'll be looking for as much info as they can, as quickly as they can.
It must be such a helpless feeling for the shore crew of Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli, but in the meantime, INEOS Britannia, the official challenger of record, just continue and are being forced by Luna Rossa to sail the full race. So 3 legs done now. They'll head down on the 4th leg downwind to complete the halfway mark. And everybody just tries to understand what we have just seen again.
So the crew on board Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli will just be basically talking and trying to explain the situation, because they can talk, but they can't get any comms back from the other end. So they can be listened to, but they can't receive any communications back. So they'll be providing some information, but not being able to get any answers at this point in time until the British team cross that finish line.
Heartbreaking for Luna Rossa, and I'm sure already they're thinking whether they could solve the problem for the next race. But I mean, it sounded and looked pretty serious, Glenn.
It was a huge stop, and that load case through the front of the yacht. They are designed to take those load cases in mind, but that was a huge stop, and a lot of force being transferred through the bow section and middle section of that yacht. So it'll be interesting to see what's going on here.
We can also think to keep the jib up.
This is an onboard shot, in close to 50 knots of boat speed here, so nearly 100 kilometres an hour, and then big slow down to around 15 to 20 knots of boat speed. So
Pulling the fairing up.
Piece of fairing, yeah, that's just a lightweight piece of sort of non-structural fairing, if you like, just an aerodynamic fairing. So it's what's underneath that. If there's been any major breakages underneath that fairing, that's where the real issues will
Let's
lie.
get the screws off all of this one, and we need to just screw them down. The fairing is okay.
And these front ones are ripped down.
How much on the boat can they
put it
assess
down.
what might be wrong electronically and hydraulically?
Yeah, well, the crew on board are obviously very in tune with a lot of the systems on board, but generally they're not structural engineers, and the structural team will need to come and have a really good look at that. Certainly from an operational perspective, the crew will know what's working and what's not, and the shore team and coaching team, both on their chase boat and back in the office, will they'll be seeing what's working and what's not. Just the lightweight structural fairings there on top, so that's certainly not global structure that's damaged. So fingers crossed for Luna Rossa, Prada, Pirelli, it's literally just aero structural damage and not global structural damage on board that yacht.
INEOS Britannia playing it safe. The only risk is damage to themselves. 2 boards down on this run.
Still doing 38.6 knots of boat speed in delivery mode, so they're not tied to the dock by any means, but they are absolutely just foot off the gas and in cruise control now, cruising down the highway, having a hamburger.
A little bit fast lay line here, anytime now. Okay, here we go, turning. I will. Holding.
The one word we have talked about throughout this America's Cup Regatta, as we see INEOS Britannia complete the halfway stage of race 7, is reliability. The one thing we have noticed about INEOS Britannia is reliability.
Well, the British team will be certainly hoping that stays the case through the rest of this regatta. We know that these boats are all very, very, very highly tuned pieces of equipment, and any one little mistake or structural issue can certainly turn this final series on its head, as we've just seen with Luna Rossa, Prada, Pirelli. So all boats built on the edge, but very, very structurally engineered really, really well. A lot of effort goes into these boats to make sure they can be pushed really hard, but also survive the distance as well.
3, 2, 1, mate.
We know sportsmanship is an incredibly important part of this game, but there must be in the back of the minds of INEOS Britannia right now, regardless, and they will say they don't like to win a race like that, but let's be honest, there must be a little bit in the back of the mind going, okay, an opportunity has opened up now. And they won't be thinking this, they want to race, that's what this game is all about, but they will be thinking, hang on, we're a step closer to potentially realising that dream.
Look, it's a huge team effort, isn't it, Shirley? And I mean, the guys on board the yacht are just a very, very small part. They're the tip of the spear, if you like, and there's a huge, huge long shaft of people behind them, you know, making up the wider team. And, you know, there's electronics, there's hydraulics, there's structure, there's the coaching staff, the admin staff, and it goes on and on, suppliers, and so on and so forth. So that'll be...
Luna Rossa Chase go for race committee.
Talking about abandoning. 20 seconds this way, Ben.
So the Luna Rossa Chase there, apologies, will be looking to get in there fairly quickly, I think, once the Italians are now disqualified from that race. So that point will be awarded to the British team of INEOS Britannia, and the Italian team will be all hands on deck to get to the bottom of this issue before this second race this afternoon, which they need to get organised for.
This is the umpires. Italy is retired, the race is stopped and awarded to Great Britain.
So the official call on race 7 of the Louis Vuitton Cup. A big stuff by Luna Rossa, Prada Pirelli off the bear away at the top of the mark after one leg.